Happy New Year, my fellow Swifties. 2025 was a huge year for Taylor, and I think she has almost as much in store for us in 2026. So let's jump straight into my predictions for the 2026 Swiftie-Verse. I think things are going to start out real strong in January with the announcement of the results of who will be inducted into the National Songwriters Hall of Fame this year. Taylor was nominated late last year. The ballot closed on December 4th. And the National Songwriters Hall of Fame will be making the announcement of their inductees for 2026 in January. Last year's announcement was January 22nd, so we'll be expecting to hear right around that time. I do think Taylor will be inducted this year, and I believe she will set 2 records for the National Songwriters Hall of Fame in the process. If the ballot goes as we're hoping, then Taylor will become the youngest person ever inducted into the National Songwriters Hall of Fame and the first person since the creation of the Hal David Starlight Award for Promising Young Songwriters to win that award, which she won in 2010, and then be inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Then on February 1st of this year, the Grammys will be live on CBS, and while Taylor is not nominated this year, it is the award show that she has the highest track record of attending, and she has several friends, Sabrina, Haim, Jack Antonoff, who are all nominated, so I think there's still a very good chance that she goes to the Grammys this year in support of them. And of course, Taylor was not slighted. She had nothing that was eligible for the Grammys. Showgirl came out after the eligibility period, which we've talked about. Then late last year, we were getting reports from The Sun about Taylor shooting a new music video. She has said she would like to film more music videos for Showgirl, and we're still, I think, in the beginning of celebrating our Showgirl era. So I think we can expect a new music video from Taylor in early spring, which will be very exciting. If the song chosen for the next single is Elizabeth Taylor, as one of the Sun reports suggested, and which I'm hoping is the case, then we have a good chance of that video being released on what would be Elizabeth Taylor's 94th birthday, February 27th. That date would fit with what we've heard recently from choreographer Mandy Moore, who hinted in a recent interview that she just finished a top secret music video project that she can't talk about. The amount of time between when I assume that interview was recorded fits with what I would expect out of post-production for such a high-level project as this music video. And when Mandy Moore is talking about doing a music video, we're pretty sure she means Taylor, because Taylor is really the main musical artist that Mandy works with. Most of her work is within television, film, and now Broadway. This year will also likely bring the fan-anticipated first appearance of Taylor and Travis together on a red carpet. Their red carpet debut could very easily be the Grammys or the Met Gala, and it would give Travis a great opportunity and a great timeline to start laying the groundwork for whatever comes next in his career if he does not return to the Chiefs next season. At some point during this year, I expect to see Taylor's feature film project moving forward again. Back in 2022, it was reported that Taylor had inked a deal with Disney's prestige arm, Searchlight Pictures, for her first feature film debut using a script that she would be writing. And that deal hasn't really had any additional news moving forward. There have been a couple reports that have been denied by Taylor's team, but there's not been nothing substantial since that 2022 article. So I think this would be a year that we would start seeing that movie move into pre-production and get some details about what Taylor has planned for that movie. June will potentially see Taylor attending her induction into the National Songwriters Hall of Fame, fingers crossed. And we'll also see her summer collection during the summer. And then, of course, we expect the summer to be a big time for her personal life with her expected marriage to Travis Kelce. I'm gonna take this moment to say, nobody bother Taylor on her wedding. We've had some leaks, hopefully they're untrue, but if the information leaks about Taylor's wedding, do not go there, do not try to attend, do not try to get photos. We are going to leave Taylor alone on her wedding day. If you are a real fan, you will leave her alone. That is her personal life, and we are going to hope that she has a lovely, magical day. And if we are lucky enough that she chooses to share information about that day with us. I think a lot of Taylor's focus this year will either be on her personal life or setting the stage behind the scenes for major events coming in future years. Be it her feature film directorial debut, writing and recording TS13, more on that in a minute, beginning basic concepting and timeline for the next tour, more on that as well, or her wedding and family life. I think she's going to be particularly busy on planning, behind the scenes, and stage setting for the next couple of years, rather than with things that we necessarily see publicly. To that end, while I expect she has begun concepting and writing TS13, I don't think we will see it come to light this year for a few reasons. One, Showgirl is already eligible for the 2027 Grammys, and I don't see Taylor wanting to fight with herself for the top spot. Also, TS13 is going to be an extremely important album for Taylor. We know this because of 13 being such an important number. So she's gonna wanna give this album extra time to cook. She's going to wanna spend even more care than she usually does, making sure that this album is the perfect album. However, what we will be seeing is the 20th anniversary of Taylor's debut album. On October 24th, 2027, it will turn 20 years old, and that is going to be the centerpiece of our year. I think Taylor has a ton planned to go with this, including the Taylor's version of Debut, along with vault tracks, which hopefully are many of the fan favorites that we have been wishing for. Songs like Fingers Crossed I'd Lie, the one that made me a Swiftie all those years back in high school. And I think there will be a lot of extras to go with it because Taylor is going to want to deliver this year, even though she won't be ready for a tour announcement and won't be ready for a new album. So I'm expecting Debut to get all of the pomp and circumstance that it wasn't able to get as her first album. We will finally give Debut the era it deserves. I'm expecting at least one music video, maybe two. I could see her singing with her younger 15-year-old self in at least one of those music videos. I'm also expecting a short doc or maybe a full documentary, sort of mythologizing her early years, many of the people who were there in the beginning, such as her first manager, Rick Barker, her first songwriting partner, Liz Rose, her current stylist, Joseph Cassell, her band members. They all have amazingly complimentary things to say about her, and there were some fantastic stories from her early years that are not very well known yet. So I could really see a short doc or a full-length documentary going along with that release, along with the music video, along with the Taylor's version, and maybe another original updated remastered, the vault tracks. There will be a lot in October. And I believe Taylor will absolutely go big for this release, and I am so excited because Debut deserves its moment. A few other things that I expect to happen at some point during the year. At some point during 2026, we will get an announcement that Taylor has licensed her other original concert films for streaming. I'm expecting that to go to Disney Plus because she has such a cozy relationship with them right now, but it could be anyone, and I do see her licensing them versus selling any assets, as The Hollywood Reporter predicted. If you read The Hollywood Reporter's prediction, they think that Taylor will sell off non-music assets to Disney in sort of a similar type deal that we saw with Star Wars, but I do not think that will happen. From a business perspective, she can make plenty of money through licensing. She doesn't need to sell them by any stretch of the imagination. It was incredibly important to Taylor that this master's deal included the artwork, the concert films, the music videos, included the whole package and not just the recordings. I do not think we will see a sale of assets, but I am highly confident that we will see those concert videos released to streaming in a licensing deal, and I cannot wait. I really want to watch those early concert movies. And while I do think we will see those concert films on streaming, I do not think we will see a tour announcement this year. In October, Taylor said in an interview that she had not begun concepting the next tour. We do know she loves a good surprise on us, but I believe her in that moment. I think she was being very, very honest. I don't think she has started planning the tour. We're talking over a year and a half of planning before we get to the announcement that she will make to us. And I also think there's a good chance that Taylor's personal life makes her unwilling, unable to tour before about mid-2028. I think that a late 2028 start to a tour makes sense for what we are seeing Taylor go towards. And I think at that point, it'll be a Showgirl and TS13 tour together. I think the days of Taylor doing album tour, album tour, album tour are past us, and that she'll be doing smaller portions of a couple albums that she has released since the last tour each time that she does decide to go out. But I do believe she will continue to tour, and we should look for an announcement in early 2028 for a late 2028 start to a tour. And lastly, a topic on everybody's minds. When will we receive the Rep vault track? I am thinking we will see those drop for the 10th anniversary of Reputation in November of 2027. Previous re-records intended to include about 6 to 9 vault tracks, and those albums were cooking for about 2 years. Reputation was cooking for a little over 3, so I'm expecting there to be more material in the Rep vault tracks. And if we're talking 10, 11, 12 tracks, that is enough to hit the Grammys minimum threshold for an album. Frankly, 9 tracks probably would, because it only has to be about a half an hour in length in order to qualify for the Grammys. Taylor isn't going to want to compete with Showgirl for the 2027 Grammys, and she also isn't going to want anybody to have the slightest chance of confusing the Rep vault tracks with the masterpiece she's intending for TS13. And thus, I think they will drop after she has released TS13, which I think will be spring or summer of 2027. Thus, that November block, right at the 10th anniversary of Reputation, fits very nicely into her schedule. While I don't think we will be seeing a new album or the Rep vault tracks, I do think there is a chance that we see her feature on a Friends album. She has shown an interest in writing with friends, and I think this could be a good way for her to stay in the public conversation and satisfy fans' hunger while she works behind the scenes on bigger projects this year. I would be eternally happy if she would give us a song with Selena. I would love to see them finally write together, see her release another track with Ed, Gracie, or Haim. We could also see her pop up on someone's tour, a televised event, or agree to a headlining slot at a music festival to scratch that live performance itch. So I think we will see Taylor pop up in some original capacity. I think we'll see some sort of a live performance. I just don't think it will be a full album or a tour announcement. What do you think we will see from Taylor this year? Let me know all of that in the comments below. I can tell you, you will see a ton from this channel. I have so many projects in the works. So please like and subscribe, and let's talk Taylor in the comments, and I will see you very soon. P.S. Swifties, I just picked up 2 Taylor adjacent books from the library today, so we will have more Dear Reader book reviews coming very soon. There is so much. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye!